So these are the backsplash options. Recordings, so you can look at home and see. Definitely like that one. None of these really tickled the fancy that much. It's not bad. You like? Hubby likes this one here. It feels like the gold will look good. Just want to make sure it complements our countertops. Other options. All right, so this was one option. Go all the way down to the bottom for me, because I really want to see it. Okay, not bad with the countertop. Second option, which hubby liked, is this. Not bad. It would also kind of go with the cabinets. You like this one better? Hey guys, today is the day for our backsplash install. It's a little after 8. They're supposed to arrive at 8:30, so I'm trying to put the dishes away. As you can see, we've cleared out everything. My husband's pulled out the refrigerator. He'll pull out the stove. I'm gonna sweep, just make sure they have a clean slate to get started. This should be a 2-day process. So we'll come home today and see the progress they've made, and then they'll be done tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna hurry up because I think they're on their way. All right, guys, I think I have successfully done everything to prep. I'm going to take down this curtain here. Purchase new ones. All right, guys, so we are in Backsplash. I'm looking for a new kitchen curtain. The one we've literally had since we've been there for like 7 years. But now I feel like it's time to replace it. But I want to keep things bright. So I'm looking at all the options here that can kind of pick up the cream and some type of gold accent, but still okay. And we're not doing cats, but I mean, you have something like this that's like a linen type feel. I want it to be subtle but intentional. That makes sense. So let's see. That's fancy. I don't mind that with the cream one here with the little lace right there, the flower. I don't mind that one because it's still light, but yeah, the rest of these are a little too, yeah. So let's look at this Lillian. See if we can find it down here. Okay, here it is, Lillian Tier. So here we go. So this is the one I was thinking about. I like that. I think it kind of matches our decor. Now, one thing about me is I don't measure things, so I don't even know what's the proper size. But I think we're gonna go with this one. Okay, I think I have This is the valance, top treatment. And this is the panel at the bottom. So this is 24, which I think it is. I think last time I got something too big and had to have it sized down. We're gonna go with these guys. And there they have their clean slate. Only thing I didn't do was like clean the floor, like mop it. I just swept it because I'm pretty sure it's gonna get dirty in the process, so may as well save that until the end. But I'm so excited. What time is it now? It's now 8:22. They're supposed to arrive between 8:30 and 9. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and prepare my lunch because once they arrive and get set up, I have to go to work. When I come back, I'll show you guys the progress they've made for day one. But for now, let's do one more before. And so the after, you can see that as well. All right, here is the kitchen bare. Backsplash will be going around here and that wall there. And looking forward to this transformation. This is day one. Refrigerator pulled up, stove pulled up, lunch waiting for me to pack. I'm so excited, guys! All right, guys, so the guy's here. The tile is here. So he brought to my attention that this spot, because usually we're gonna stop at the counter, this spot cuts off. So he said either hire an electrician and move it over here, or they would stop it right here. I didn't like that, so we're actually gonna extend it all the way. That's not ideal, but it's better than cutting it off. Also, just found out that the grout that they ordered for it is gray. He recommends white. I can be able to change that. And the trim is gray. I would not like gray. I would like gold. So we may have an issue. He's coming in to show me the trim now. It's bent up.
Gotta love how straight that one is. Yeah.
Okay,
That one's bent up a little bit. I don't think that one's gonna
so
be
that's
usable.
gonna be right here?
No. So everywhere it's open. So the tile goes to your counter.
Right.
But right here, okay, every open end here, it'll go here. Okay.
Oh, I see.
It'll go here. It'll go over here. And then you'll have piece on either side of there. So you are gonna use a lot of it. But again, this is...
So what were the options for the other colors of this?
So I believe they have a gold one. And I know they have white. But you have that silver. And at first I was like, why is she doing?
Yeah, white.
And then
here.
I'm going with either a white or
This
gold.
is the color it would be?
Yes. And that's a fairly strong gray.
Yeah, that's not even light gray.
No. So you would have very high contrast. So I always like to point that out. Some people want the high contrast, but it sounds like wasn't even a consideration.
No.
So you gotta be loving the contrast because it will darken the whole project. And to me, your eye will go to the grout joints more than the tile. Whereas if you go with the white, your eye's gonna go to the whole thing.
All right.
So I think you're going back to...
All right, guys, I'm convinced that I just cannot have a project go seamless when it comes to this house. I don't know what it is, but... So, I was telling you guys about the other issue, but then the installer was telling me that they had gotten kind of a silver trim, which he didn't think would go with our selected tile. And also they had gotten this dark green grout, which doesn't match, right? Because Home Depot just naturally picked whatever they wanted. So now I have to go to Home Depot, take all of the stuff back that they got incorrect, and get the correct trim and the correct grout. And then he also recommended a sealer. So I'm gonna do all that. He did agree to come back tomorrow, right at 8 a.m., and he can get the job done in one day. That's the only thing about it. I'm glad that he was the type of installer that went over everything with us as opposed to just putting whatever the order was I don't know why I didn't look at this thing a little bit more closely. I just assumed they would naturally match it with what made sense. But since we have cream cabinets, kind of a cream wall, we need kind of a bone grout, not a dark gray. We're getting rid of dark in this kitchen. So I'm gonna do that on my way to work and wait for tomorrow. Patience is a virtue, right? So this is the tile here. I asked him to go ahead and leave the stuff. These are the items I'm taking back. And let's try this again. Okay, we got everything returned. Now we're making our way to get the appropriate items for tiling. She also told me that the installer had returned a board. Some of them use a tile board, aluminum tile board, to put the tile on, and he didn't want that, which I'm glad because we didn't need that. So we're gonna get money back for that. All right, I think we're in the right spot. So tile, ceiling tile. Let's see if we can follow directions. I'm looking for prism. Here we go. This looks like it. So they have the bright white, which really isn't, that's kind of what we have. The prism, bright white, and then there's the bone. I feel like this one looks more, this one's actually darker than I thought. So I'm glad I came to see it, which is what he recommended. Linen is still a little darker. I think I'm going for the bright white. Yeah, let's get that bright white. All right, now we're looking for the matching, which is bright white. It's funny how it actually looks not so, I mean, this looks so much lighter compared to this. I'm sorry. Doesn't it look lighter? But this is bright white. I'm assuming this is what it looks like when it dries. I'm gonna go with the bright white. I hope I don't regret it. But he said we only needed one, even though they purchased two. So now we just have to find, oh, and look, here it is. We just have to find which color we want. If we wanna do like white, or if we wanna do gold. Guys, don't get me to lying. I don't know which one is best. I feel like gold will look nice with the tile. But I feel like white, it's really going to be an accent. And he said I only need 2 of these, and they had ordered 3. So I feel like the gold would really pop. But I feel like the white, he said, is more of a clean look. And I'm kind of going for clean. So, all right, guys, so I noticed, you know, if I went with the bright white, this is this one. Definitely a bright white. But then there was a textured white that I thought looked pretty good too. It's actually on sale. So I'm going to try to find another textured white. I think I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, let's do that. Half the price. All right, so the last item he told me to get was this 511 impregnator sealer, and he said it costs about $40. So I'm pretty sure this is the one. That's cool. Also, I forgot he said with the grout, I could get this kind. That they don't. He can use the sanded. I'm glad I remember that. As opposed to the silicone. They just, you know, when you let the store pick your stuff, they're gonna automatically pick the most expensive. And he said that this one is fine. They only had one left in the bright white, so I'm good with that. And see, it's $7 cheaper. So learn from my experience and just look at your order a little bit more closely and make sure it's what you want. All right, we got everything. Let's check out. We got to get to work. All right, guys, so that's done. I'm learning a lot in this process, and this is kind of my first time using Home Depot for an install that involved any type of parts. Well, before we used Lowe's to do some carpeting in our old place, and you know, carpet is just carpet. Like, once you pick the carpet, there's really not much, like, they could choose the padding or whatever. There's really not much involvement. But with something like tile, you definitely want to be aware of what grout they've chosen, the trim, make sure it's what you want. So I was glad that he went over the stuff with me, so I was able to take some things back. So I got a refund of, why did it say $642 cash? That's weird. I don't know what that means. I got a refund of $111.34, and then I picked up $130. Now, it ended up being a little cheaper. The only reason why it's more is because I picked up the sealer that they didn't originally have on there. And he said with the backsplash that we chose and having marble in it, that'll help protect it. So we definitely want that protected. We want it to look nice and crisp. So I was glad that he recommended that, and so picked that up. So that's why it was actually over. It would have been a lot less if I had not gotten the sealant, but I think it's worth it. And because we're gonna get the credit back for the aluminum backing that he doesn't need, which I'm glad he said that and returned it. So it looks like the total bill will be a little cheaper. And I'll go over the cost breakdown because I'm always curious about that kind of thing. And so I'll go over that with you guys a little later, like how much the tile was and all the accoutrement. He did tell me I should probably get one extra piece of tile, one or two. We already had one because we brought it home as a sample. I'm not sure we're going to need to. So I think what I'm going to do is just use that one, and if he should need another one, I'm going to ask him to call me, and then I'll pick it up on the way home and have it ready for him by the time he's done, because he's going to finish everything tomorrow. I feel like I just don't want to be buying stuff and returning stuff back and forth. So we're going to pray that the 44 tiles that we estimated will be good. And the reason why I think it's going to work is because when the guy measured, I think he measured to the end of the wall, and we're not going to the end of the wall on all of the walls, just that one wall I showed you guys where the light switch really cuts off the end of the cabinet. So I think we're going to be okay. So we're going to try again tomorrow, 8 a.m., guys. See you back at that point. Hopefully we can get this done. One of the things the installer. His name is Chris. I feel like we're besties now because of all the conversation we had today. He wants to set up in the garage because he thinks it's going to rain tomorrow. So I told him that's fine. You know, we'll make sure our cars are pulled out. And we both will be going to work. So he'll have the full range of the garage to do whatever he needs to. All right, that's the plan. Check with you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we can finally get this project done. Towel cutter used to cut the towel. Hey guys, so we are on our way home, as I shared with you and showed you a little earlier. Today was installation day. Left the house with him setting up, and so here's the thing. So my husband went home during lunch. Like I told you, we had the whole discussion about the tile near the door having to go forward, like go over a little bit more because of the light switch. So my husband was thinking we should just let them all go over. I didn't gather that from what he was saying, so I told him just that wall. So when my husband came home for lunch, he saw that he had cut it off right near the cabinet, which is what we had agreed, and he asked him to extend it. I was like, no, that's not what we said. I didn't like, that's not what I wanted. So he told me to try to call him. I did. He had already done it. So we're going to live with it, right? They did send me a picture, so I have a little idea of what it looks like, but I really want to go home now and see in person what it all looks like, because everything was all over the counter still. So we're gonna go home and see what we think. Either way, we're gonna make it work. Either way, I think the tile work is beautiful, so it's gonna be a win-win. So next thing you'll see will be the finished product. Coming along, looks good. He's finishing up. All right, guys, he's all done. This is what it looks like, all complete. I love it. It's looking good. So he took out the bottom portion under the window to replace it with the tile. Looks good. So it's all done. Okay, so this is that area I was telling you guys about. It looks fine, looks good here. He said he actually feels like extending it over there and over here and over here really makes it look complete. So I was a little concerned, but now I am happy. I think I still will try to put something here just so, I just don't like the way this space looks, but overall it's done. Now we'll just add the curtain and clean off the counters, do all the things. My goal is to just keep the counters as clean as possible now. Like, I don't even want anything on them. I just want the backsplash to shine. All right, guys, these are the new curtains I purchased. I just use the tension rod so I don't have to drill holes in the wall over there. It kind of works out pretty good. So these are a little bit more translucent than the previous ones, but it pretty much serves the purpose. I think it picks up the color, see the tile, and giving it a light vibe. That's what we're going for, light and right. right, guys. I've added the new curtain and our simplistic centerpiece. These flowers used to be on either side of the window. All right, guys, that wraps up our backsplash installation project. We had a few dips and turns, but all in all, it all came out beautifully. Loving the tile. Definitely looking forward to appreciating it for years to come, and just giving the kitchen an overall update. So next are the floors. Looking forward to that. We'll probably also get the lighting installed here. I've already been looking at a few things, pendants that I think will look nice here, as well as in the dining area, a new lighting fixture. So just making some little tweaks. But for me, the backsplash was numero uno, and also painting a lighter color in here. And I'll show you pictures of what it looked like before, because everyone has said, I don't even remember what it looked like before. I'm very much going to keep the decor in here minimalistic and clean. So I'll probably put a few things maybe on the wall over there. But for the most part, we're going to just let the backsplash be the focus of this kitchen. Well, thanks for watching. If you like the installation, you like this video, make sure you hit like. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, because we have other projects coming up and we want to make sure that you are up to date with everything that we are doing. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.